Well, joining us now on This Is the Day is Father Ambrose, a Norbetine priest from St. Michael's Abbey, which is in California, as we had said. Silverado, California. And so glad to have you with us today, Father. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you for the invitation, and greetings from the other side of the continent.
Yeah, as we had said, probably a little warmer over there than here right now, but
West
that's okay.
is best.
Oh yeah, you love California. Well, tell us, Father, about the Norbetine Order, which I believe celebrated their 900th anniversary last year.
That's right. Yes, one of the most ancient orders in the church, Jay, and we're still continuing those celebrations. It was a really big deal for us. We're an order of canons regular. That means we're priests who live something like monks. We pray the office together in a very solemn way every day, and we have a lot of pastoral ministry here in our region. We run a couple of parishes, we run some schools, so it's a beautiful mix of the monastic life and the apostolic works of the priesthood.
I am so looking forward to visiting the Abbey someday. I really would like to do that. I know you kindly invited me a few moments ago, but it's fairly new. Can you tell us about the Abbey, which I recall the church itself was dedicated and finished last year?
Correct, yes. So our community we've had a presence here in Southern California since 1961. We're a community founded by 7 Hungarian refugees who fled communism in the 1950s, and our Mother Abbey was founded in 1180, if you can believe that. So our roots go way back, but we've been here in this region for just a little over, about 60 years. So those 7 Hungarian priests grew into a community of now we're over 100. So we outgrew our previous monastery almost 20 years ago. And so we've been working on building a new place where we can all live and exercise the work of the salvation of souls that is so important to us. So it's a beautiful monastery, beautiful church. God's people have been so generous in helping us to make this a reality. And you can find a lot about that online. There's just some amazing art. It's a kind of a neo-Romanesque church and very, very fine place for the worship of God.
Father, could you tell me what an average day is like there at the Abbey? I'm just curious.
Yes, sir, happily. We're up in the morning. Our first time of praying together is 5:45 in the morning. That's the office of matins and lauds, and we gather 7 times a day in the Abbey Church to sing God's praises, following the Liturgy of the Hours, and of course celebrating Holy Mass together. And we have the Holy Rosary together. We have an hour of Eucharistic adoration together every day. So it's a beautiful, rich day punctuated by times of prayer. And that all wraps up at about 9 p.m. And then we go to bed and start again the next day.
Father Ambrose, I know you've been involved with vocation work for your community. Yes. Can you tell us about the community itself and some of the younger men, some of the novices? What are they like?
Well, we have over 40 men studying for the priesthood here for our monastery. Wow. There are, I think, 42 men in our formation program. In, just a little over a week, so a week from tomorrow, we will vest the 11 new postulants whom we have here. They will receive the habit and become novices. They'll receive their new religious name. So this happens every year. We have a new group of young men who join us. And, some of them stick around and persevere to the priesthood. Some of them discern that it's not their vocation, but God has blessed us very richly with vocations. Thanks be to God. So, and we do most of our formation here, philosophy studies and the novitiate, of course. That all happens here at home.
Great, thank you. Is there some connection, by the way, between your habit and the Holy Father?
It's a great question. So people often ask that. Our white habit was taken up by the Dominican order. St. Dominic, who was a canon regular in Spain, with his canonry there in Spain had connections with the Norbetine order. So about 100 years after our foundation, St. Dominic took much of the inspiration for his order from ours, the statutes and the habit. Pius V, the great reforming pope of the 16th century, the Council of Trent, he was a Dominican, and he wore the white Dominican habit that looks like the white Norbetine habit, even as Pope. So before that, the Pope always wore red, like a cardinal. So since Pius V, our pontiffs have worn a white habit that looks very much like either the Dominican or the Norbetine habit. So That's a short history there, but it's a Dominican, it's a Norbetine through Dominican connection there.
Got it.
What are some of the other ministries that the Norbetines are involved in, Father?
Okay, so as I said, we run 2 parishes here in this region, one in the Diocese of Los Angeles, one here in our own diocese. We operate a diocesan high school up in the Diocese of Los Angeles, a parish high school, co-educational. Both of our parishes have grade schools, Catholic grade schools, so we do a lot of teaching. We also give a lot of mission retreats to parishes and to communities of religious sisters or religious brothers, priests retreats in various dioceses. So it's a variety of this kind of priestly pastoral work, retreats, spiritual direction. And I'll have to say, since COVID, we hear hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of confessions. Every day we have 3 hours of confessions here at the Abbey, and people come in their hundreds to receive the sacrament of reconciliation here. So that's a beautiful ministry.
Amazing. That is great to hear. Where can people find out more about the Abbey, Father?
Thank you for asking, Jay. So we have a very robust internet presence. Our website, stmichaelsabbey.com. There is a platform newly relaunched, which I highly recommend, called the Abbot's Circle. The Abbot's Circle just relaunched yesterday with all kinds of rich fare of spiritual nourishment, the beauty of our liturgy, all kinds of amazing things there. The Abbot's Circle, also on the internet, so it's a web page. We have a robust Instagram presence, a robust Facebook presence. So we're really trying to get the good word out about our kind of religious way of life and priesthood, again, for the salvation of souls. People are starving for the truth, and we hope to help them to find it.
Great. Well, this has been a pleasure, Father. My hope for you is that your weather continues to stay really good out there.
Well, I can almost promise you that it will, Jay, in Southern California.
Now you're just making me feel bad. Father, have a wonderful day.
God bless you.
Merry Christmas, Ambrose.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Good to see you.